Hi, this is Tim with another Elite Dangerous themed video, sort of. I just wanted to make a video to show kind of the history of the Elite franchise, mainly motivated by a GameSpot video which recently talked about the kind of resurgence in space simulations and space games and everything, and talking about how, wow, isn't this amazing, you know. I feel like it was so badly researched, and that the people who made it obviously didn't know about space sims, but were being trusted by their viewers to talk about space sims, which means that they're misinforming their viewers. So basically I thought that I would talk a little bit about the Elite franchise and show you just kind of like an unboxing, really, of the copies that I have of each title, and show you the progression, the difference, and kind of where Space Sims really started, because they definitely did not start with Wing Commander. I have nothing against Wing Commander. If I can show you my office wall here, those are Wing Commander blueprints up on the wall, which came in the box. The different fighters from Wing Commander 1, and I'll show you on my shelf over here. I have absolutely nothing against Wing Commander, nothing against Chris Roberts. You can see there's the freelancer title there. The company that has actually been doing space games for the last few years has actually been Egosoft, with the X series. Space games have never stopped, it's just nobody's been paying attention. And the Wing Commander series definitely was not the first space game. Wing Commander 1 came out in 1990, and that seems like a good place to bring in Elite 1, which I think it was 1984, so 6 years before Wing Commander 1 we had Elite 1. And I'll just basically go through each one and just kind of profile them. I think that David Braben is trying to, I might be pronouncing his name wrong, whether it's Braben or Braben. In my head I've always said Braben, so that's the way I say it. Anyway, this is the box for the Spectrum version of Elite, and it's the same logo as you would see today. You would just have Dangerous across the front of it. Basically, I think this was a re-release. It's like a gold edition of it. I'm not sure if there was any difference, or any difference to box contents, anything of that sort. I'll try to focus and then stay on here so that maybe you can pause and read this text if you want to. And this is what the game actually looked like in gameplay. And bear in mind, this was very, very, very early for a wireframe 3D game, a 3D game of any kind. It, you can see there a Thargoid ship, which is supposed to be an alien race, and that looks kind of like a Cobra, but that could be another Thargoid, I'm not sure, because the player piloted a Cobra. So anyway, let's open this up. And like I said, I'm not sure if there's any difference between the versions, but this is what I have in my box. If your box varies, then there you go. So, quick key control guide. All boxed games used to come with stuff like this, basically a shorter version of the manual, controller guides and things like that. This I'm not sure if this is rare or not, but I really would like to get it copied at some point, so that I can put this up on my wall. And those of you that have been playing the alpha or have just been following along, there's the Anaconda from Elite 1. There's the Sidewinder from Elite 1. Anaconda looks a little bit different now. The Sidewinder really does not. That's an asteroid, space station. Cobra really hasn't changed a lot, and that's it. There's supposed to be Thargoids in the new game. They haven't really said how, so we'll just have to see. So this is the Space Traders Flight Training Manual, because essentially Elite is a trading game with combat. You know, it's obviously free roaming, and I think David Rabin is completely right, saying it's the first Grand Theft Auto game, because basically what you do in Grand Theft Auto, you can follow along with the storyline, you can do what they want you to do, or you can do what you want to do. And Elite very much gave you know, that opportunity to players to do what they wanted to do. So let's have a quick look at the manual here. Instructions on how to install. That was the Galaxy that you had gameplay in. That's how stations looked, was the square there. And it's all kind of, you know, the same thing. You know, it's buy low, sell high, transport it to where you can get a better price. And you know, it essentially in 1984 it had all of the aspects that the new game is going to have. And basically I'm really just hoping that they do a good job of just building on the existing ideas and implementing what they had in the previous games, because I would just be so happy with that. So that's that. Now, all of the Elite games have shipped with like a fictional story of some sort based in the Elite universe. I never read them. I can see why people like them, because I watched the Dune movie before I'd ever read one of the books, and now I've read every single book which is based in that universe. So I can see why people love that. This is the benefit of everybody having a keyboard that's the same size and shape. They can release these like cards to go over the top of the keyboard for controls, and this was the copy protection. Basically, you would have to look through this and find out where it said OK, and then basically, you know, you would be able to get past the copy protection using that. And obviously, here's the cassette, which it's still hard to believe that games came on cassette, but they did, and they didn't work most of the time. I remember, you know, kind of blowing into the cassette and you know, trying desperately, pressing play like 20 times and having to stop and reset and then press play, and seemed a little bit temperamental as to whether they would work or not. But we all went through it and had a hell of a lot of fun playing it. So let's look at the Amiga version now. This is the version I spent the most time on out of all of the Elite games. I actually buy backup copies occasionally. This is who I bought one of the backup copies in this box. Bit of free advertising for him there. So Elite 2, it came on two 3.5-inch discs, but the game was only on one. The second disc had save games and, you know, a few other things on it, none of which I ever looked at. Here's a backup copy of the game and the manual. Let's just flick through this here. And between Elite 1 and Elite 2 there was 9 years difference. Elite 2 came out in 1993. And it started off here with a letter from a lawyer and a Last Will and Testament, basically where you were left like 100 credits and this ship, and you know, so you're left with kind of nothing, but you're left with an opportunity. You know, it's like the saying that, you know, you can give a man a fish if you give him a fishing net. You know, basically you were given a fishing net, and then you were like, okay, go go get him. And you know, that's the whole basis of the game. It's the base. You know, you've got to you know, forge yourself a path and a career and everything, and that's what a lot of the manual is about. It's about it tells you about trading, it tells you about you know, passenger runs, it tells you about combat, and you know, even mining of planets and things like that, and it's just very in-depth, and in many ways I'm just hoping that they essentially remake Elite 2 with a modern twist. You know, so and I'm really happy with what they've done so far. It kind of seems like they're doing everything right and the way that I want it, really. So I have to be pretty happy with that. And then, like any other game, there's the fiction based in the Elite universe that I never read. And then this, I think, although I never paid that much attention to this at the time, I think this is a profile of like each major system. You know, talking about how it feels about the Federation, how it feels about the Empire. You know, so I really hope that they keep these same descriptions in and everything, because it when you're looking on the system map and the galaxy map and everything, it's so awesome to be able to kind of see this stuff, and you know, it makes it feel like it's real. You know, that's really the only word to describe it. Just let me put the camera down while I quickly open this big star chart. Okay. And so anyway, this wasn't the whole playable area, but this was the areas that most players would go to in even extreme circumstances. A lot of people would stay, you know, in like this width of an area and just never get outside of that, you know, in a whole game. And most of the games that I started, actually, it would be in Larvae, which is down here, which was kind of a pirate haven. And you know, basically the first thing I would do would be transport someone to the Listi system, and you know, you would get attacked by pirates, guaranteed every single time, and occasionally you would be asked to take someone to Reedquat, and then basically you would lose your ship every time. So, but it was good fun. And then this is the home of the Imperials. And then way up here at coordinate 0, 0, we have Sol, which should be right in the middle of the picture right now. And Sol is the name of our star. That's the sun, and that's where human life began and everything. And it's actually going to be that way in the new game too. You know, it's the same descriptions for those systems. And then, like in the previous game, or like in any boxed game, you know, there would be a mini manual on a quick start card there. So that's that, and then let's look at the outside of this box before I move on. Okay, so like I said, this was the Amiga version, and I really liked this cover. I mean, it just works. And on the back here, I'll try to get it so that you can pause and read the text. And again. And I especially like the quote at the bottom, "Only the very best mature with time." And I have to say that seems very, very apt with the new Elite Dangerous game, because a lot of us that played the Elite games, we've been waiting since 1993 or 1995 for the Elite Dangerous game to come out. It's it's literally been that long. Now let's look at some screenshots on the back of the box here. This is obviously taken from the game. Now it says this one is PC, and you can tell because it looks like it's kind of textured. With the Amiga version that I had, basically if it was facing towards the sun, it would be a light grey. If it was facing slightly away, it would be a little bit of a darker grey, and if it was facing away, it would be a dark grey. So basically, you know, it's like how the atmosphere is shown here by just basically getting lighter and darker. You know, it's not a gradient change. It's literally a solid color change. And there's some more shots at the bottom there. And I'm expecting that stations like this will make their way into Elite Dangerous. So that's something to look at and look forward to. I'm not sure how many of the ships that were in the first game or the second game will be making it into the new one, but I'll just wait and see. Now this is my PC CD version. Just wanted to show you that there. That's exactly the same things as I found in the Amiga version, just different instructions, and obviously there's a look at the specifications it was asking for. So there we go. And I actually have two Amiga versions and a PC version, and the reason for that is because I still, up until the alpha release of Elite Dangerous, I was still playing it on my Amiga 600, which even though I live in the States, I had I bought a 600, had it sent over here. I upgraded it to 8 megs of RAM. Yes, that's 8 megabytes, not 8 gigabytes. And I put in a card which allowed it to be VGA output, and I was still playing Frontier. There's literally just nothing that has come close for me, and I'm really hoping that Elite Dangerous will be that replacement that I've been looking for since 1993. Now, in 1995, Frontier, which at this point I don't think they were called Frontier Developments, but Frontier released Frontier First Encounters, which is Elite 3. And there was some kind of legal issue with how it was released. I think it was between David and Konami on the Elite 2 box there. Or it could have been GameTech. I'm not really sure which one of them it was that that were the issue. I know that David ended up winning some kind of legal thing, and you know, got money for what happened of some sort. But Frontier First Encounters was released with a ton of issues that basically I never got into the game because of them. Although there were patches and things released afterwards which fixed most of the issues, I didn't have the internet at any point to actually take advantage of that. Basically the issues put me off enough that I just went back to Elite 2 and never came back to Elite 3. Let's see here, just show you the text. You can pause and try to read. And then again. And then let's look closer at these screenshots. Now you can see that everything is textured. And I don't think this was ever released on the Amiga. I think it was PC only, perhaps. you know, you can see that it was starting to take advantage of you know, the you know, PC capabilities. Obviously fully textured terrain, fully textured ships, fully textured space, planets, explosions, and full motion video for the staff of the space station. And I was never a fan of the design of the box on the front or the back. It just never did it for me. Let's have a look what's inside. As always, there's the Lazy Person's Manual, and the Less Lazy Person's Manual, which I'll just have a flick through so you can have a quick look. Obviously it's talking about, you know, a lot of really in-depth things that the Elite series had that are just really, really cool. You know, all of the different modules you could fit to ships, and here's the Eagle that you know, we're currently flying in Elite Dangerous, and looking through here, see if there's anything else interesting. I think my favourite ship was probably the Imperial Trader, but that was in Elite 2. Once I got up to the Imperial ships, I never flew anything else. Just stayed in them forever. And basically, it First Encounters was in many ways Elite 2.5. You know, that's the way that I would describe it. It basically was the same game with upgraded graphics and everything like that, but because Elite 2 for me was the perfect game, it still is the perfect game. Even if Frontier had said, right, we're going to re-release Elite 2 with up-to-date graphics, I would have been, yes! You know, it really you know, would have been everything. So the fact that Frontier First Encounters was like that, you know, was no problem to me. It was just the fact that it had all of these issues, and I think that was caused, if memory serves, by it being released before David wanted it to be released, and I think that was what the lawsuit was about. But anyway, here is the fiction that, again, I never read, and a card, and basically that's it. I mean, that's the Elite story so far, and obviously we're adding to it now with Elite Dangerous, and you know, I just have to say that, you know, I think it's criminal, really, that you know, when someone is talking about the space sim genre, I honestly think that they should know about Elite, because otherwise they just make themselves sound a little bit foolish. You know, when this Elite game, you know, this Elite 1 game that had it had combat, it had pirates, it had trading, it had you know, space travel, it had you know, different types of spaceships, it had different types of you know, places you could travel to, and it had aliens and ships and everything like that. You know, how can this not be thought of when you're talking about this, the you know, space combat genre, space trading genre? Because it's the beginning of all of them, and to not even have that in your video when you're someone like GameSpot, I think is pretty surprising. But well, you know, maybe it's just to be left up to just average Joes on YouTube channels like me to bring it up, and that's it. I mean, like I said, you know, nothing against Wing Commander. You know, I played through them all, loved them all, and I'm also a backer of Star Citizen. You know, it's not something that I passed up on, you know, when I saw it was up there, but you have to give credit where credit's due, and you can't make up history unless you're a evil dictator or something, but I don't think GameSpot is one of those, so they shouldn't be trying. Anyway, there we go. Thanks. Bye.